Well, very good day everybody, and welcome to another video. It's another live stream with your personal funky scene pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and we're at it again to see if everything is still working. We had a lot of crashing problems, freezing up the simulator, which obviously was not what we wanted. And it's still not really resolved, I believe. Might have something to do with the controller profile, and perhaps also something to do with real world, no, actually with the multiplayer settings, but I'm not really sure who keeps track anymore. It's you pay a lot of money to start troubleshooting. You know, I'm not a developer. You know, I'm just a very simple man with a complex psychology is what I always say. But anyway, so hopefully we'll keep it alive, and we'll keep it rolling. So thank you very much for checking. It's really been actually a while. I kind of miss it. So hopefully we get to do this. So let's jump ahead. Let's just carry on. So today, as you might see, we are using new aircraft. This is newly released by Flysimware. It's the Cessna 414 Alpha Whiskey Chancellor. This is the beta version, so it is still sort of in process. But it's actually already a very nice aircraft, and I already really like flying this. So it's you can see the external modeling is done actually very nicely. I must admit I do not know the original aircraft. Sometimes I'm a little bit ignorant like that, but I must say it looks really nice. And so if you do know the aircraft, well, obviously, or if you don't, but if you like it, go and check it out. The link is in the profile, and you can check out the aircraft. It's a payware aircraft. On the Flysimware website, Flysimware website. As I said, the link is in the description. So just go and check it out, see if you like it. So let's jump in. We're at the London Southwest Airport, Southend Airport. Apologies for actually fly to the Luxembourg airport, and let's just go in and I'll show you a little bit of what the flight plan is supposed to be. Let's have a look here. So today's flight plan, as I said, we're at the Skyvector website, so we're at the Southend Airport in London. There you go. And we'll be flying to the Luxembourg airport. We're just going to follow a couple of VOR stations. So that's the first one, then we go to the Dover, Coxend or something, etc., until we reach our destination, which is Luxembourg city, which is right there. And well, let's have a look and see how this is all going. So we'll get back here later. Let's first start up the aircraft, see how that is going for us. So yeah, the internal modeling is for this aircraft is also really cool actually. Let's just have a little look here. I really like the little cushions there. I don't know why, just a sucker for this kind of things, you know, it seems cool. Let me just, excuse me there, my controller was just getting a little funny here. So yeah, this the internal look. There's a little seat here at the side. Well, this looks really nice and cozy. Not really sure, is this like a mural or something, or supposed to be some mirroring? It looks a little bit weird. I guess actually it should be some sort of mural, like art kind of work. I don't know. Anyway, oh, does it want to look left? Oh, it does again. Yes. So yeah, one little feature that I personally quite like is this. You know, you can just open these up. that is kind of cool. Personally, what I would really like to see in an aircraft is that you can actually close these little curtains. That I don't know why, but I would just totally love it. I mean, can you imagine you have a flight simulator where they modeled the entire outside real world, and what our player is going to do, they're just going to close the windows and fly, you know. So I can imagine if it's might be a little bit weird, but I don't know. I would like it. For me personally, I don't think it would be very cool. So as you can see, you can open the doors, and in this case, you cannot get out. Let's have a look at the external, external view. I really like the shape of these windows, but you know, we can't keep on drooling. Let's just get this thing off the ground, perhaps. Where's the sweet spot? Let's click it there, right there. There we go. And the other one. There, we close it and we go back. So the windows open as well. Pretty cool. Oh. And we got, of course, the sunlight protection, windscreen, or what you call them, sunscreens. Yeah, these are cool. Okay, well, let's just start it up. There is a couple of variations. This is with the GNS3 530. This is the default. There is also a possibility that you get some payware avionics. So that's you can load up that aircraft, but it will just have two blank screens because if you do not have the payware, which I do not. So let's get rid of the yoke for just a second. So to start it up, really easy. You select your both your main tanks, two engines, this aircraft, right? So two main tanks. We got that, and you will find your battery master switch right there. Turn on the left and right alternator. Well, the magnetos, they go on as well. Fuel pumps. And you know, why not also just go ahead and turn on the avionics and some of the lights as well, and let's just start up the aircraft. Maybe like a 1/4 inch. I'm just doing this off the top of my head, so there's like no real checklist following or anything. Okay, so we got engine number 1. Let's go and start up engine number 2 as well. So we got 2 running engines. So that's a good start. Let's turn on some of the panel lightings. We got the avionics right here. I do not believe this. I do not believe I can get this to work. Also, I do not believe I really need it for now. But yeah, I really like how they modeled it just looks really cool. Very cool, very nice. Your autopilot is right here. Your autopilot master switch will be sitting right here. So do not forget. Let's check. The cowl flaps, which are these, they are currently open. There is some additional lighting overhead that you can turn on each side for the pilot and the co-pilot, and there's also one in the middle. So done really nicely, very cool. Totally love it. Let's do these as well, just because we can, you know. the armrests, and you can actually open that up, put in a can of cola or something, which is as you know what I'm usually drinking on the stream. So let us open on up, and cheers everybody. So let's reset the altimeter. For now I'll just press the B key. Let's see. So let's run the timer. Okay, so we got the engines running. Let's do the flaps sitting right here. Flaps go for the takeoff. And let's see, what else did we have? We can trim a little bit for takeoff as well. Let's go for this setting. And hopefully we do not freeze the sim. I must admit it's always a little bit scary. And I think for now probably it is the time to start doing the navigation. So let us have a look at what is the next VOR. We could try fly outbound on this one here. Let's see, we will be able to deadlink 117.3. 117.3. And you enter it, and it should enter in. Does not look like it's picking up. Sometimes I press bearing and distance, and then all of a sudden it will start populating there. Something else that I might have to do, yes, you probably put it in here as well. Always forget 117.3, so we go 117 and the decimal 3. So at least we got it there as well now. And I'm not really sure if it's already. No, it doesn't look like it's picking up yet. Bearing, distance. No, sorry, Bob. Okay, no problem. Which means after departure we will fly. I believe it was southish, but let's have a look so we know precisely. It does not really say, unfortunately. Sometimes it does, like you can see here in the white boxes. And there is not one here. I do not know why, really, actually. But let's see if we can. Well, at least it's over 180, something like that. 17.3 nautical miles to let's see, Dover. Do we have a that link? No. Okay, never mind. So we'll fly south for about 17 nautical miles. I believe we should be able to do that. Okay, and let's flight directory go on. Let's for now start with the heading then. And we'll put the heading, well, as I said, a little over 180. I'm just eyeballing it a little bit now. Let's say 190 or something. So heading is on, altimeter altitude, we'll leave it for now. But this one on, testing, it's working for the nav1 radio, that's good as well. Let's check the fuel. Fuel quantity is overloaded with fuel. So yeah, we can go really far if we would like to. I'm not sure actually what is the range of this aircraft off the top of my head though. So let's see if we can find a chart of this airfield. EGMC, probably best to just enter it. Let's have a look. Go, taxi. Well, there we go. Can we see where we are? I believe we should be. Oh, so there we are, okay. And which direction do we take off today? Do we have a windsock? But it's sort of hanging down, isn't it? We'll have a look, see if there's any weather information. It should be live weather. Oh, my apologies for the sound there. 250 with 3 knots. Okay. So 250, which means we will take off runway 23. No, I'm not really sure how to taxi there. Parking and coordinates. What is this? GIA copter. Okay. So I guess we can go here, maybe? Because it did not show on the well, I could not see on the charts. Maybe it did show actually. Let's not go that far. Okay, so let's just have a look, see if we can get there. I believe for the rest we should be fine. There should be a little engine run up later on. This is all selected. This is fine. So let's just, I guess, let's just see if we can get the hell out of here. So release some parking brake. And apply some thrust, and we are rolling. So are we supposed to taxi here? It looks fine, right? Oh, got a little stutter there. Hopefully we do not crash to the desktop or we freeze up. But be warned, this can unfortunately happen. So far I tried to have no funny mods installed or anything. I think all the mods that are installed are actually payware. So hopefully that should ensure some sort of stability, relative stability. But I guess you'll never know, you know, as long as it's not official, you know, as long as it's not official Microsoft Flight Simulator software, then who knows, then maybe probably, you know, they can always tell you, well, it is not how we configured the program, so it's not how we have been able to test it, which would, you know, be fair. But sometimes when I think about it, it's really crazy. I mean, it's quite an expensive piece of software, and yeah, at least it should give you a reason why it's crashing instead of you know, go to task manager, and there before you do end task, for instance, you choose create a dump file, and then you have to work out how to read the dump file and all that miserable crap, you know. I mean, like doing work of a developer, you know, for all that money. Seems a little bit odd. Okay, so I will be bitching about this every now and then. So excuse my negativity. Any negativity there. I know in life we should try to remain positive always and constructive, right? Okay, so here we are then. Runway 23. Parking brake is engaged. Let's do a short run-up of the engines. So we got the altimeter set, we got the flaps to the takeoff position. I guess we should be good to go. So after departure, after lifting off, we will fly to a heading of about 190 until the nav 1 kicks in. We will just use the heading mode of the autopilot. With regards to the altitude, I believe it's just an altitude hold function. I haven't really checked what this is, the auto alert. It looks really interesting. Look. I mean, how cool does that look, man? It's amazing, isn't it? But unfortunately, I'm not really sure actually what. Whoops, it's not brake it, Arkady. Yeah. So for now, I'm just going to ignore this. I will repeat that this is this flight model is it is in beta, so it is not the official release just yet. So yeah, so just be aware. So some things may still change and further develop, but as you can see, it's well, not only the visuals but and here as well the sounds. It's a very nice. They did a really nice job. They're very cool, really very cool. So we are going to be on our way to Luxembourg. So what, we've been standing here for 12 minutes already? Flight time? It is amazing. So let's get the hell out of here, people. Well, let's wait the traffic on the runway there. Thank you. The parking brake is disengaged. We got the nose, the wheel brake on, and let's power it up. And let's disengage the wheel brake, or the toe brake, and we are rolling. $60, 80 knots. Let's go ahead and rotate. And here we are airborne. Got a positive rate, so gear up please. That's the gear. And flaps up as well. That's United Kingdom, everybody. It looks like the Nav1 radio is picking up something. So let's have a look while we slowly climb. Oh, let's go easy there. I did not forget. Oh, I forgot the landing lights, man. There, landing lights. Let's do them now. Let's turn on the autopilot. As I said, autopilot master switch is right there. Yaw damping can go on as well. So it will now go and fly Heineken 190, which I put in there. Let's see, nautical miles 14. Heading 324-11730. I'm not really sure if this is the correct one. This looks fine, but yeah, let's do this. Let's go nav and VLOC. Okay, so it's now the aircraft is going to be following the navigation, the nav1. My apologies, I just had was visited by the Rona, so I still got a little bit of the aftermath of a cold or the corona. So if I sound a little disgusting every now and then, well, my apologies, but at least you'll know why. Let's have a look outside. So this is United Kingdom. So let us keep on climbing for now a little bit. Let's double check. It looks like it is sort of stuck on this altitude. Yeah, I think it looks like it's sort of stuck. Maybe because it is following the navigation there. Not really sure. So can we then switch to heading, and this will allow us to gain a little more altitude, so let's do that. Do not pitch up too high though. But we got some ways to go, so let's not fly too low. So with these modern navigation GPS systems, such as the GNS 530, obviously you can just put in a direct waypoint, right, or a complete flight plan. But I always like flying the VOR to VOR. You know, these general aviation aircraft. Gives you, you know, something to do, you know, in the meantime, which is the navigation, which is obviously a really cool thing to do, and it's so nice and old school as well. So current altitude 4,300 feet, so let's keep on climbing a little more. So these are the cowl flaps. I believe they have to do with dissipating some of the heat of the engines. So if you close these up, it will get a little more warm inside, and I believe therefore the engines might be a little more efficient, but don't trust me on that one. Let's close the cowl flaps anyway for now. So what, we're getting close to the VOR, I guess. This one is no longer responding. This one says, it looks like, not really sure. If we pass it, let's just put in the new VOR station. Let's have a look. Where do we go now? We now go to Dover, 114.905. So 114.905. Four decimal 905. Put it in here as well, but not really sure. Is this might this be the NF2? Look at that. You think this is the NF2 only then? It looks like it, right? RNF, NF2, not really sure. So this same bearing, let's see, nautical mile 029er. Let's do altitude hold at 5,200 feet. So to have a look at what we just did and what we are doing now is we took off here from Southend and we flew to about 190 degrees to the deadlink VOR. We looked like we arrived here, and then we took a left turn to the east, which is now aiming for the VOR Dover, 114.905. Let's say how long this leg should be. Doesn't say it here, but we could see in the cockpit. should be around 25 nautical miles, 25 nautical miles. And then after 25 nautical miles, we'll have the next leg. It's crossing the channel. It's 49 nautical miles. It will be to Coxside, something, Coxend, Coxy. Anything with cock sounds funny. And then we'll carry on from there. So 104.5, that will be. So, but first up is Dover, so we should probably now be only around here or something. There, I would assume, sort of. We'll see the channel appear to us in a bit, and we'll just cross it. Let's have a look out of the window. The channel is already visible right there. But we are now flying towards Dover by Viola, which is 22 nautical miles ahead. Now, this aircraft, let's get away of the yoke for a bit. The aircraft has a lot of functions, such as pressurize, depressurize the cabin, and I have not checked how this all works. Well, it does work. That's quite cool. A lot of the things actually in this aircraft, a lot of the functions are modeled, which is really cool to see. And to make it political with regards to Microsoft Flight Simulator again, you know, if you use the vanilla game, you know, it's quite an expensive game, right? And sure, it looks, I mean, it looks really amazing. It looks really cool in flight dynamics as well. So a lot of respect. Don't get me wrong, but you know, a lot of the aircraft, you know, like a lot of the buttons just do not work. You know, in the vanilla version, and yeah. So it is. You know, if you want to learn and you want to learn more, it is actually only logical for players to. You know, to turn to payware aircraft, right, which have a lot more modeling that come along with them. But then it would be nice if that would not be a problem for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it would not like crash up the whole time. And yeah, you know, not really sure what is up with that. And you know, if you just think about every time they update, how many people are affected. And you know, if you look at on the other end, the other side. A really small percentage of a really big number is a really big number of people, but is not necessarily a concern for a big company, which in a way actually is logical. It is, you know, there are so many options involved, so many different types of configurations people might have on their own systems and what have you. I mean, sky's the limit, right? Some people may have 5 antiviruses installed. They may have conflicting security software running. They may have some God knows what kind of software running in the background to help them with this and with that and the other and such. And you know, some things might start conflicting. You know, driver issues and the operating system trying to work out what to give, what to prioritize, you know, stuff like that. I mean, it's almost the same level as it is normal for Microsoft, you know, that they cannot model every single house in the world, right? I mean, just go ahead and count all the houses and your answer is right there, right? They cannot do that. Sort of the same goes for all the different configurations that they can expect from their customers on their systems, right? I mean, right now actually I'm defending Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, sometimes I'm actually attacking them, or more maybe Asobo Studios. But I don't know, just trying to look at the complete picture, you know. There is good, there is bad, you know, just try to see it for what it is, not only emotional, you know what I mean. So anyway, probably doesn't make too much of a difference. But I do like the fact that you can actually extend this little table. Is there anything more that's clickable here? Perhaps? No? These armrests, perhaps? No? Pillow? No? Believe these are... Yeah, you can turn on the little lights. That's pretty cool. You should do that. Actually, you should do this and then turn off the... or actually make it darker outside. Okay, so we're actually still flying on full power. Not really sure how this is going to work. I see that the airspeed is slowly been decreasing. Let's have a look. Vertical speed, we are descending. That is not something that I would like, actually. So do we know why? Are we crashing? I do not want to crash. Yeah, the speed is actually... I'm not understanding why this is. Let's turn off the altimeter, see what that does. Or the altitude hold, I should say. So the aircraft is in a nose down position. Well, it's not really nose down. Nose is actually up, but it's probably because our speed is a little low. Yeah, the speed's definitely dropping. So we're about to go stall in a bit. I've had this once before. So what I will do for now is disengage the autopilot. And see what I can do myself. So drop the nose a little bit to pick up some speed. We're 7 nautical miles from the Dover VOR station. But the speed is not really, does not really seem to pick up. Could it possibly be, let's see. The mixture. I don't know, we close the cowl flaps. What's happening when we open them? I'm basically just randomly pressing buttons. Well, this is weird. It looks like, you know, just going slower. Although speed's picking up a little bit, but it's at the cost of the expense of our altitude, right? So while we're in this configuration, let's have a really quick look. 5 nautical miles. Looks like the power is going, right? Not sure if I understand why, but it is a little concerning. Yeah, I think we may need to land, man. I'm going to extend my gear. Look, and flaps full. So not really sure what's happening, but this doesn't seem too cool. Oh my god, man, it looks like we're crashing. Look at this. No power. Oh no, not the trees, not the trees, not the... Oh, not the trees. Oh, I wanted to troubleshoot this. That's such a shame. I wanted to troubleshoot, man. That is a shame. Okay, so I do not know what happened. Let's first play some dramatic chords on the fretless bass guitar. Okay, what happened, people? The power seemed to was going down, was decreasing more and more. It looks like I need to learn how to fly the aircraft. I guess. I hope. It would be nice. Really not sure what caused this, but as you could see, all of a sudden it looked like it didn't want anything to do anymore, and the power was just going down really quickly. Obviously, probably, the biggest chance it's pilot error, which should be me. But yeah, I'm not really sure what happened. I'm a little bit bummed that we were not too high. So yeah, all of a sudden the trees were coming very close. Otherwise, I would have hoped to had more time to see if we could work the problem and troubleshoot. See what the different power settings are. We could maybe try and restart, actually, and see what it does. See what other options there are, basically. I will probably not be doing the entire flight over again. Maybe we can. Let's just start at the same airport, but just to have a look at what the power management of this aircraft requires, perhaps, or what it shows us. So just click the ready to fly. Usually when I start looking outside, it might start freezing and crashing the desktop. You'll see a slight frame rate drop, but for now this looks stable. So far so good. So yeah, what's happening? I'm really sorry about that, people. Looks like I will have something to learn with regards to the power settings. I believe I did not put the fuel pumps back to the... I believe they should go to the high setting. But that's something that I'm not really very familiar with. Let's just go over this for a second. Oh, we also have... Let's see, with the fuel tank selectors. Left main. Right main. Not really sure. Okay, so they do have a... Wait. Let's just... they do have a checklist, so... Why not show you the checklist while we're at it? but I'm not a checklist wizard. Control logs, pre-flight inspection. Is this something we are allowed to skip? Maybe, like before starting engines. So cabin door and seal, they are checked. Sure. Seat, belts, shoulder harness should be secured, or the control lock should be stowed, but I believe they are. Let's see where they are. Where are the control locks? Let's have a look. Oh. I believe it. There you go. Seat, belts, shoulder harness. That's basically what you would do in real life, but nothing that can be really simulated. Fuel selectors, main tanks, so the fuel selector here, right main or left main. Landing gear should be in the down position. You can see right there it is. Throttles, propellers, mixtures should be set. Now the set, yeah, as far as I know, propellers and the mixtures are full. I believe for this aircraft, like a bit of throttle is required if you want to start your engines. So let's assume this means set for now. All circuit breakers should be in. I actually believe these are not modeled. Go over them real quickly, see if any finger pops up and does not look like it. And there was also another place, I believe, yeah, right here, and I think these are also not modeled. No. Okay, so clock flight time should be at 0. Well, that's interesting, yeah. Okay. Prop sync should be off, and that is off. Battery switch should go on. That's this one. So we got battery. Gear position lights should appear green, and they do. So that is good. Fuel totalizer should be set. I'm not really sure what this is. It's this thingy here. There's a test button that will show you that you have low fuel, for instance. Gallons remaining. Yes, I'm not really sure what set means. Parking brake should be set, and that is set. So the next step would be to start the engines. So you yell, well, first you look to see if there's nobody near the propellers, and then you yell propeller clear or clear prop. Then you turn on your magnetos, and then you start the engine. So it looks like they did not say anything about the alternator. So I'm not sure, this is not common knowledge, or should it not be in the checklist? And let's just try and follow it like this, unless this was covered in the pre-flight inspection. Let's have a look. All switches are off. Control, Kimbrick set static. Source selector is normal. What is this one? Automatic selector should be on battery. That's on battery, okay. Oxygen should be sufficient, so where do we see the oxygen? This is actually quite interesting. Oxygen. Okay. Landing gear should be down, we already saw that. Trim tab takeoff should be set for takeoff. Yeah, so it looks like so probably, yeah, it's not for nothing, is it? So let's put that to takeoff. Left fuel selector should be on left main, and the right fuel selector on right main. Emergency crossfeed shut off should be open. I think it's this setting, I'm not really sure. Battery switch on, so we already turned that on previously. Now let's go there using this, hang on. Yeah, so that is now on. Fuel quantity check, we already checked this, we're loaded with fuel. And then we get the fuel totalizer again, set. That's pretty cool. Not really sure how to work this thing. Fuel quantity, let's see, fuel totalizer. Wing flaps down to 45%. Okay. Anti-collision checked. What is this? Oh, it's the light. So what is this? You check outside to see if these lights work? Is that how it works? Electric windshield check. Pitot and vent heat switches should be checked. So not really sure what checked means. Are they on, off, like, you know. So I might have to study this a little. Or might, I mean we just crashed, so navigation lights should be on. I can do that. Windshield and windows checked. Where is this one? Windshield and windows. Okay. Fire extinguisher. Well, we got a fire extinguisher on the board. That is good. It's still. Is it okay? Maybe we should drill a hole in it to see if it works. Okay, let's not do this. Yoke free and correct, full travel, so goes up and it goes down, it goes all the way left, and it goes all the way right, and it goes back to neutral. So that seems to work. The cabin door should be open. Well, what if I do not want to open the cabin door? We'll think about that. Oh, here under it, I didn't read. Check for cracks on windshield and on windows. So what was it with the anti-collision check? Turn strobe lights on, then off. Wing flaps must be set down to 45 degrees for inspection. Okay, so if you want to inspect your flaps, you put them down for 45 degrees, and then you can, I guess you do a walk around or something like that, or you do it along with a co-pilot, or not really sure how. It is interesting to discover this live on the channel with 500 million viewers. So pre-flight inspection number 2, wing locker baggage door secure. Wing locker baggage door must be secure. Oh, let's go assume it is secure. What is this? Wing locker baggage door. What can I operate this? What is this? Aileron and servo tab, check condition, freedom of movement, tab position. I'm getting lost a little bit. Wing flap, check for security and attachment. Well, it's not attached. Navigation light, check operation. That's quite cool that you get, obviously it makes a lot of sense. Landing light filament. Main fuel tank vent should be clear. So the main fuel tank vent, which one is it? Bottom outward wing. Check for leaks, fuel leaks or stains. Main fuel tank quantity secure. That's pretty cool, man. Outboard de-ice boots and fuel substance strainer drained. Well, sure. Well, as you can see, it looks it's quite complete. Engine compartment in general condition should be checked. Wow. Intake air and intercooler opening should be clear. Check the intake and intercooler clear of obstruction. Oil level. Propeller and spinner. Examine for leaks, security and oil leaks. That's sweet, man. Engine openings. You got the inboard de-icing boots, gear strut, tire door, wheel well. The wing tie down should be removed. Lower fuselage nose and center section should be checked. Heat exchanger opening should be clear. Pre-flight inspection. So number 4, emergency landing gear blow down. What? Bottle pressure. What the hell is this? Wow. Where the hell are we now? That's pretty cool. Nose baggage door should be secured. Nose baggage and avionics door should be secured. And gear strut, tire door, wheel well should be checked. Pito cover should be checked and warm. Remove Pito covers. ram air inlet, your ram air turbine. Not should probably all be here, but I cannot really see which one is which. Heater inlet and outlet should be this one, or this inlet and outlet. Okay. Pre-flight inspection number 5. Heat exchanger opening. Inboard de-icing boots. The strut tire door wheel well, so this on the other side. Wing tie down should be removed. Hydraulic fluid reservoir should be checked. Air conditioning outlet air opening. The air intake and intercooler opening. Oil level checked, and the propeller and spinner are to be checked, and the engine opening should be clear, and the fuel sump and strainer should be drained. Sure, pre-flight inspection number 6, inspection, not infection. Air conditioning, fluid level check. Door closed for air conditioning and inlet air opening, door closed. Engine compartment general condition. Well, that's pretty cool. Outboard de-icing boots should be checked. Main tank fuel quantity secured. Main tank fuel vent should be clear. Bottom outboard wing checked. Landing light filament should be checked. Navigation light checked. Aileron checked. Yeah, that's working. Wing flap should be checked. Wing locker baggage door. It's that fun little thingy there. Okay, pre-flight inspection number 7. So we got static ports clear. Not really sure what these are. De-icing boots checked. Elevator and tab. I guess they are checked. Rudder and tab. Not really sure, but I'm going to consider them checked. Wing tie down should be removed. Tail cone drain holes clear. Rudder lock released. De-icing boots checked. Static ports on this side clear. Cabin door and seal. Oh, we got a seal. Sorry, lame job. Wing flaps up. So we put all the flaps up again. And the battery switch to off. And the lights retracted and off. Let's put all these back down as well. Oh, what is this? Cabin fan, cabin heat. This should not be able to work, right? If there's no power. Well, let's not worry our pretty little heads. All lights must be retracted and off. So before starting engines, so here we are. Cabin door and seal should be checked. Control locks stowed. Fuel selectors and main tanks. Landing gear should be in the down position. Throttles, propellers and mixture should be set, and that's where we sort of left off, yeah. All circuit breakers were in, clock flight time 0, prop sync should be off, that was off. Battery switch should go on. Gear position lights should be green, which they are. Fuel totalizer should be set. Parking brake is set. Yep, So starting engines, propeller clear, so clear prop, then you turn on the magnetos and you start the engines. Alright, let's just do it. So let's have a look. Let's do externally as well. Okay, so clear prop. Maybe actually open the window then. I mean, there is a window, right? So let's play with it. Clear prop, everybody. Clear prop. Okay. We're going to start the engine. Get away from the propeller if you do not want to die. Okay. Clear prop. So, what did it say? The propeller is clear, so the magnetos go on and the engines go to start. I believe these are the magnetos, right? Yep. And then engine number 1 and engine number 2. Okay, looks like we got 2 running engines. So before taxiing, avionics should be on and set. So the avionics switch is on. And for now, let us do a direct waypoint. Maybe let's fly. Maybe let's fly somewhere else, like Heathrow. Or shall we fly to London City? That's a nice one. London City. Enter. Activate. Okay. To 4.2 nautical miles. We'll be following the GPS for this. Okay. So that's all set. So let's have a look at the checklist. What else do they say? So taxiing, brakes check, flight instruments check, and then the engine run up. Still not sure what was the problem earlier with the power. I do know that I had the fuel pumps, the auxiliary pumps on either low, I believe. It looks like we did not need them at all, but I will check this later. But for now I'm just going to follow this checklist. And maybe when looking back the stream I will see if I could see anything here earlier before we were crashing. Low voltage, left alternator out, right alternator out. Not really sure what that is now. But low voltage will go as soon as you give some more throttle. Okay, so before taxiing, yeah, and then taxiing, so brakes check and flight instruments check. Shouldn't I turn on some lights before taxiing? Don't look, everybody. This is not happening. Nothing to see here. Move along now. So the brakes work. The rudder works. I guess we can just enter the runway right here. So we do not need very much of the runway space. There you go. Okay, so parking brake is set. So what do they say in the checklist? Flight instruments check. Well, that's about all of them. Engine run up. Throttles to 1700 RPM. Left and right flow lights. What are they? Left and right flow lights should be off. I'm unsure what the left and right flow lights are. Check both hydraulic flow annunciator lights are off. Hydraulic flow annunciator lights. Okay. Is it these? Hydraulic flow. Okay, they're off. Alternators. Check. Check. Both alternators are on. They are now on. Check. Vacuum system. Check that the vacuum system is more than 4.7 in Hg. Suction. It's more than 4.7. Okay, so ticket. Magnetos, check. Check. Both left and right magnetos are functioning. How do you check they are actually functioning? What does that mean? Oops, where are we? Propellers. Check both propellers. Propeller levers are full forward, which they are. Flight instruments. Check flight instruments. For now, I'm going to say check. Let's do a reset of the altimeter. Throttles to 1000 RPM. Oh, engine must be 1000 RPM, I'm a little below. Oops. Okay. So before takeoff, fuel quantity check. Wait, that's how do we get the propeller to stay at 1000? The RPM, I mean, something like that. Okay. Fuel quantity. Check fuel quantity is more than 30% full in each tank. Well, that is the case, so let's tick it. Fuel selectors, main tanks. Fuel selectors must be set to the main tanks. Yeah, they are. Emergency crossfeed shutoff, check, open, push down. Yeah, I'm not sure which one is open actually of this man. Pull up, push down. Check emergency cross switch, shut off, open. Pull up, push down. So we pull up or we push down or what? Not really sure. I'm going to tick it. Cowl flap should be on open. I believe that was the case. Pull to close, so the cowl flaps are open. We can see on the outside, but at this stage you should be checking on the inside actually, but it's these. Okay. So check. Trim tab takeoff. So that should be set for takeoff. And that is the case as well. So tick it. Wing flaps up. Visually check retraction. Can we see? I don't think you can see it from this angle, can you? But okay. Again, my apologies for the gross sounds. Prop sync should be off. That was off, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it is on off. Flight instruments and avionics. Check flight instruments, avionics are set. Yep, sure. Lights as required. Okay. So let's turn on the landing lights as well. All cabin doors and windows are closed. Yep. Pressurization is set. Check pressurization is set as required. So for now I'm going to check it. Tick it. Annunciator panel should be clear. Well, yeah, the annunciator panel is now clear. Auxiliary fuel pumps should go to high. Okay. Flight controls check. Flight control services move freely. Yeah. Ice protection as required. Let's see. Vital heat. I'm not really sure what is required now. Let's take a chance. Well, it might be a little bit cold. No, let's see what happens. Seatbelt shoulders are secured, tick item. Okay, so runway aligned, landing lights check. Yep. Power set for takeoff. Mixture check fuel flow on totalizer. So power is set for takeoff. Isn't that like full power? Let's see what this does. Full power with the parking brake set. And then if we check the fuel flow on the what's it called, totalizer. Not really sure how to read this thing, but let's say sure. Power is set for takeoff. Engine RPM must be 2,700 RPM. Okay, so that's 2,700 RPM. Okay. What does this say? Wait, let's take this. Mixture. Check fuel flow and totalizer. Fuel flow is above 170 pounds per hour. I think it was 230 or something. Or no, that's something else. Let's have a look again. 170 pounds per hour. Where do we see the fuel flow? What am I doing? What the hell am I doing? Oh, help. Okay, so this might be, this doesn't look good. Take off. Engine instruments. Check flight instruments. Add a minimum control speed. Maintain a minimum of 79 knots during climb. After takeoff, you do gear up, flaps up, yaw damper should be checked. Auxiliary fuel pump should then go to low. Ice protection is required, landing lights retracted, prop sync should still be off, and then the climb. Alright, so let's just take off, I guess. So 80 knots, rotating. Positive rate, gear up. Let's turn the flight director on. Should have done this earlier, probably. Okay, so what are they saying? Auxiliary fuel pumps, so gear and flaps are up. Yaw damper, check. Well, let's turn it on. Check that yaw damper is engaged. Okay, yep. Auxiliary fuel pumps to low. And they are now on low. Ice protection is required based on the required condition. Landing lights, taxi lights are retracted. Okay. Prop sync must be set to off, which it is. And then the climb power is set to required power. Let's see what's happening here. Let us do navigation, GPS, and autopilot on. And let's also do altitude hold. Okay. So what else are they saying? Power set, sure. Mixture adjust. Set fuel flow to 155 pph and 1450 EGT. So something right here is that where we could get into trouble. Because I'm not really sure. Fuel flow to 155 pph. (1450 EGT). So the EGT exhaust gas temperature is here. Fuel flow 1450. Can I mixture? Can we get the red thingy to go down, or this should actually go up? How does this work? How do I see what the fuel flow is? No clue. So that is something that could be an interesting thing. Let's take it for now, but it's probably not good. Cowl flaps is required. I'm not sure what the requirements are for the cowl flaps. We're gonna leave them open. Air conditioning, cabin heat, set air conditioning or heat is required, sure. Pressurization, set required, sure. Oxygen checked, checks oxygen level. Set altimeters to 29902. Really? Regardless? Are you serious? I've seen this before as well. So does that make sense? Okay, so let's go ahead and tick it. And then cruise power set. So set the required power, sure. Mixture lean, set mixtures to lean. So how the hell, what is lean? Okay. Let's have a look. I'm calling this lean. And power, let's see, can we power it back? Propeller set to synchronize it manually. So what does it manually mean? Drop sync? Or is it now automatically? Pressurization. Check pressurization is set as required. Approach descent. Yeah, so for now I'm going to leave the checklist for what it is. So basically, when we were flying earlier, not really sure what the configuration was. I believe actually it was the auxiliary pumps were already at low. So not really sure if there was anything significantly different. Maybe the throttle was full. And I think the mixture was also on full reach. But not really sure if that would. Yeah, not really sure why the power was going back. There should be the airport actually. I think for now we should probably just get ready for the landing. Let's have a look what they're saying here. Yeah. Let's just do this. Well. Do we have time for the checklist for the descent and for the landing? Thanks. Mixtures set EGT to minimum. 150 altimeter set. I'm going to wing it. There you go. So as far as I know, for landing we will need full mixture. Let's turn off the autopilot. And let's line it up manually. And descending a little, gear down. Flap 1. So, to London City Airport then. So this is London City. Always like this airport. A little more power. The speed is getting quite low there. Hopefully I'm winging this okay. Flaps full. You can see speed is dropping a little when you do that. A little more speed. A bit of a rough landing. Whiskey Papa 812, runway vacated. So for now I think this stream's been long enough. We did not go to our destination. We ran into some technical difficulties before, which caused the power of the airplane to drop significantly rather quickly, and we were unable to recover from it. And we did extend the landing gear and tried to make an emergency landing, but there was no power, not enough power to control the aircraft to steer away from any obstacles, so we basically crashed into some treetops there. which damaged the landing gear, and we all died. So that was very sad. And then we restarted the simulator, the same airport, departure airport, and then we basically ran through the whole checklist system of the Cessna 414 Alpha Whiskey Chancellor by the Flysimware, the beta version that we're using now, just to see if there's anything that we might have missed or whatever, and maybe see if something we can learn. And it looks like, well, actually I'm not really sure. I'm just parking this sucker and find a hotel here in London and get some shut eye for today. Okay, let's set parking brake. And can we turn off the engines with this as well, the magnetos? There you go. And let's also turn off the fuel pumps. There you go. All the lights go off. These sound effects are really cool. Really cool sound effects. Not sure what it is, the ticking sound. Like the rhythm. Okay, that was total crap. Okay, so I think that's it for today, people. Yeah, and how do we get... Why do we still have sound? Let's see, was it this here? Oops. Anyway, okay, so everybody would like to thank you very much for checking the video. If you have any questions or remarks or whatever. Oh, what is happening with my screen? Getting a black screen here. Okay, something on my end. The flight sim may be crashing after all. There you go. The instruction at 0x0007 Foxtrot 6 Alpha Delta blah blah blah. The reference memory. The memory could not be read. Ooh, click on OK to terminate the program. YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming as such. So okay, people, looks like the video is about to end. Looks Like, are we running into memory problems, man? Okay, so terminating the program and the stream as well. Thank you for checking, everybody, and hopefully see you sometime soon. Everybody stay cool and love for everyone, love for one another. Let's make love and not make war, okay? We are all one love, and hopefully, yeah, let's not go there. Love in the end will conquer everything. That is my hope. But who am I? Okay, man. Catch you later. I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. Thank you for checking. See you next time. Bye bye.